Hey everybody, it's TF Renegade here, and I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Transformers Age of the Prime's Venin, also known as Venom. Now, I don't know a lot about this guy. I had to look on the TF Wiki to get an idea about him. It says he's the leader of the Insecticons, but I don't think he's in charge of Bombshell, Kickback, and Shrapnel. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's a different group, but it just ended up confusing me. So if you do know about that, comment down below and fill me in on the story about this guy. But when it comes to the figure, I saw a lot of people posting pictures about him on Instagram, and the poses look pretty good. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to take the dive on him. And he is a cool figure, but he does have his flaws. So how about we take a look at him? Now, when it comes to our guy Venin here, I think he looks really cool in terms of his design, and that head sculpt is really awesome. It's the first thing that catches your eye, and it's super cool. I love the bug eyes. On the side over here, he's got an awesome visor that is the chef's kiss. He's got great molded detail all throughout, and he's got a little antenna on top. It looks kind of goofy, but I'm all for it. It looks cool. He's got some awesome chest details all throughout here. He's got some more stuff over here on his belly. I'm not a big fan of the clear plastic, and I don't think it's on the original, but I think they only did that because the other Insecticons have it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's why that's there. He's got some nice paint through here. He's got some nice paint over on his knees. He's got black paint on his legs. And I think he's just a really cool looking guy, but this feels more like a G1 Universe thing like they did with Optimus, more than a newer figure, you know? Like, it just feels like the G1 toy got upgraded. And, you know, it's for better or for worst. Like, everything below his waist, I would say, is perfect, but everything above, it's pretty weird. So, they have the wings stationed on his hips over here, which I don't know why they did that. It's like accurate to the G1 toy, but in terms of like a new toy, it does hinder his arms. Now, I have these things stationed back like this, which gives him a little more room, but the way you're supposed to have it, like his normal look, you have to have these pieces kind of all down and then make sure his wings are stationed upwards. And that's supposed to be the normal look of Venin, and you can already tell, like, you can't do much with the arms at that point. It really gets hindered, and I'm not a big fan of that. And it depends, you know, if like you're a G1 purist, like, I don't think this will bug you because it's like, oh, cool, I get like a new version of that toy. But for me, I just really wish they gave you the option to either pull this piece out or to just elevate it back here, because if you elevate it back there, it gives you a lot more room for his arms, and the wings can stick out just a little more on the backside. It's just my opinion, but, you know, if you do like this, all power to you. I'm not going to judge you for it. Your opinion is valid as well. When it comes to the arms, I'm not a big fan of these either. I don't like the port being on the front of the arm, and I don't like the gappage back here. I think it's pretty bad, but it is what it is. And these fists come off extremely easily. Like, if you put a gun in his hand and you pull it off, this whole thing will pop off. So I'm also not a big fan of how these were engineered, but I mean, aside from those things, if in terms of the looks, I think he does look really cool. When you flip him to the back, he does have these little bug legs. Sorry, I'm having like a brain fart. He has some bug legs right there, and he's got some gappage on the back of his legs, but I'm not too worried about that. That doesn't bother me at all. But yeah, aside from that, he's just kind of cool. So when it comes to his accessories, he comes with a blaster and a little axe piece. So you can go ahead and stick those in here if you want to separately, like so, which I think is his normal weapon kind of look. I think that's how he usually handles these. But if you want to, you can take these out, and you can go ahead and stick this axe piece in his gun on the backside and slap that sucker back in there. His fist is coming out. That's no good. And you got a really cool looking axe right there, and I'm a big fan of that. I think that looks pretty cool. In terms of his articulation, he can look to the left, he can look to the right, he can look all the way around. If you want him to, he can look all the way up in the air. He can look down upon you if you so choose. I love the articulation on his head. When it comes to his arms, you can stick that sucker all the way out. That's pretty cool. When you flip the whole thing around, though, you got to watch out because of all his back crap. So just kind of angle it outward, and then you can twist the entire thing that way. So it does get hindered by all his stuff back there, but you can do it if you want to. He does have a bicep rotation. He has an elbow bend. We love that. Nothing with the wrist. It just goes in and out for transformation purposes. You can do stuff with his wings if you want to. You can kind of position them in the front side or just keep them in the back. He has a lot of articulation on that. He does have a waist swivel. It depends on how you have his legs stationed back here, but if you move everything out of the way, you got a really good swivel right there, so that's good at least. He can kick forward up to there because of his knee, but if you move it, you can do it up to there. That's pretty good. He can kick back all the way, so that's excellent, and he can kick out to the side all the way as well, so we love that. He does have a thigh rotation, which is excellent. He can kick, or not kick, I'm sorry. He has a knee bend, which is a 10 out of 10, so we love that. And, we got ankle rockers, so you know what that means. We can make him stand any way we please. So for comparison, let's go ahead and slap G1 Universe Optimus in here, and you can see how they look together. Optimus is just a little bit shorter, but I think they look pretty cool. So you got that. And we'll bring out another G1. We'll bring out Gears, so you can see how these guys look together. I think they look pretty cool. If you have a G1 shelf, I think these will look nice. So you got that. And we'll bring out some Insecticons. I don't have the newer ones, but I do have the ones from Legacy. So we'll go ahead, stick Shrapnel right there. And I got Kickback and Bombshell. Hang on, I got to grab them. So we'll put those right there. So you can see how they look together. I think they look pretty cool. So you got those. And of course, we'll bring out a Voyager. How about we put Skywarp? Since he's a big boy, he's got that awful head sculpt. So you can see how they look together. Looks all right. So you got that. And last but not least, we got to grab the Behemoth here. And we'll bring him out, Mr. Megatron from 86. We got to back up. He's pretty big. So you got that. You can see how they look together. I think they look pretty good. So here we have Venin in his bug mode, and this really is not my cup of tea. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. It's just not my style, but if you do like him, all power to you. I'm not going to complain about him being this terrible figure or anything. It's just not my cup of tea. You know, maybe it's just the bug he turns into, but it's just not too interesting for me. But there are some cool aspects about him. I love his wings. I love the clear plastic on here with the molded details. It's pretty cool. You can actually articulate these wings a lot, so you can have them out like that, which kind of helps the look of him. I think it looks better with the wings outward. You can station them upwards as well, which is a pretty cool look too. So you can do that, but I keep them flush like so. A lot of this is just robot mode, just condensed down. His head is the same. It's just sticking outward instead of being upright. So you got that right there. The cool part about this guy is the legs. I actually do love the ball jointed legs over here. So you do get a lot of different ways you can kind of pose him. Like you can move the legs all the way up so he sits flat like that. You could station him down so he has a little more height on him. So you could do that. I like to do it that way. I think it looks pretty cool like that. But aside from that, you know, not too much going on here. He does have some nice details on the backside. I like how this all folds up here. He does have some weapon storage though. So if you take his axe apart, you could stick his gun over here on this side and stick the axe on the other side. It fits completely fine. So you do have weapon storage like so. But yeah, I mean, that's about it for his bug mode. So when it comes to vehicle comparisons, let's slap our Optimus in here. You can see how they look together. Optimus is just a little bit smaller. So you got him. We'll slap our other G1 guy in here with Gears. You can see how they look. He's about the same size as Venin. So you got him. And we'll put our other Insecticons in here. So you can see all the Insecticons together. And I gotta say, I don't think these guys look too well together just because of their colors. But I'm sure if you have the other two newer Insecticons that are just remolds of these two, it will probably look better with them. But when it comes to the height, I do think these guys look really good. Now, of course, we'll bring out our Voyager with Skywarp. You can see how Skywarp is huge compared to him, as he should since he is a jet. So you got those two right there. Looks pretty good. And last but not least, let's bring out the Behemoth himself, 86 Megatron, who is just a big old tank compared to this little bug guy. So you can see how they look together. There you go. So what are my final thoughts on Transformers Age of the Prime's Venin, also known as Venom? I'll say this much. He's not my cup of tea, and that's totally okay because there is an audience for this figure. I think if you had this guy as a kid and you're looking for an updated version, he's going to be perfect for you. Or if you're collecting the Insecticons, I think he'll look great in your collection. But for me, it's just not my style. I don't like the bug mode that much. I like his robot mode, like the way he looks, but I don't like the hollow bits. His hand comes off easily, and I don't like the wings sticking out on the side over here. So, I mean, for me, it's just not my thing. But for you, if you like this, I'm not going to judge you for it. I think you should love this guy if you do. And yeah, I mean, when it comes to the collector's rating, I think I'm going to give him an 8 because he is a solid figure. And if you want this guy, you should go get him and put him in your collection. But he does have issues. You know, he's got that gappage. He's got these wing problems over here. And if it doesn't bother you, all power to you. But I do have to point those things out for other collectors who aren't fans of this guy who may be interested. So I do want to point that out there. For the parents rating, I'll probably give him a 7.5 just because he's like kind of fun for kids, but I don't really know if kids would get into this guy that much. It really depends. Like if you think your kid loves bugs and he likes Transformers, I think he will like this. But if your kid is more interested in the vehicles, this is probably going to be a skip like all day. But he doesn't have any small accessories, so you don't have to worry about that. So 7.5 is okay for this guy. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you like the content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to me when you do. And leave your comments down below. That is the most important part of these videos, is what you guys think. Do you guys love this guy? Do you hate him? Or are you just kind of meh about this guy? So leave those comments down below, and I will see you guys next time.